If you don't marry, things will never work well for you until you marry. If you don't marry, you'll be disgruntled. If you don't marry, what's your take?
What is so to say overrated? That word, of course, it has to do with, is it overvalued?
Yes.
Is it, by overvalue would mean that, okay, is society giving so much value to marriage, much more than other things that perhaps people should pay attention to? That's the question. And it's not a question of whether marriage is good or not.
Bad, yes.
It's not a good, because yesterday we noticed a lot of people got the question wrong.
Yeah.
Is it overrated? That means, do we take it too hard? Like, you must marry, it's a must, it's something, it's an achievement, it's a great feat that everyone should be a part of. I mean, these are just different ways to elaborate that overratedness. Or is it too valued from your perspective?
Too highly.
Absolutely. The big question that is, would I like to hear from you, Lagos, and bring your strong points as you proceed, and just in a moment.
The family, considered the smallest unit in a society, but the most powerful of all. It is where habits are formed and values are instilled, one person at a time. For society to get it right, family plays a major role. Get ready to talk family on Family Talk with the Tekes. Now on your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Alrighty. The phone lines are open. 0700 993 993. Bring your strong points forward. And let's get to iron this out once and for all. Because some people are under pressure right now because of this same fact. Some people are feeling like their life is incomplete because of this particular fact. Some people have actually been in a very... Would I call it a word? Yeah, a depressing state right now because of it. One is the society. We actually, in one way or the other, place some kind of value on it. So sometimes, right, if you have people in society who are not, basically you hear... You get sidelined, or sidelined rather, or you be, discriminated against somehow,
or disrespected, Because do you earn? Let's not even say it for a fact. Do you earn more respect because you're married?
My brother, if I answer that question now, but let me keep it to myself.
You're gonna see crazy.
But yeah,
No, do people actually look at your marital status to accord some level of respect to you? Yeah. Now, these are the questions that, would make us want to ask the question, is marriage overrated?
That's true. But we want to hear from you first, Lagos, before we drop in our points on this one or tell you what we think. That is our own opinion. 0700 993 993 993. If you want to drop a WhatsApp message, you can do that via
0809 597 5805. 0809 597 5805. So there'll be different angles. One of them is about society. Another one is your personal experience. I think that's where people mixed it up a bit. Your personal experience. Like, before you got married, you had X amount of value or expectations for marriage. When you get married. And then you get married. You're experiencing it. Perhaps you're like, yo, this thing is overrated, man. Or this thing is underrated, man. This is so sweet. We're giving you angles so that you don't miss the point. Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's very good. Person when it's in the sweet for I go tell you say it's not overrated. The person when it's in no sweet for I go tell you say it is what?
Underrated. So bring your points forward. Ikena calling from Ikuyi. Hi.
What's up, Lagos? Hello.
Just hello.
Tekes.
Hello.
Yes. How are you guys today?
We're doing great.
Doing great.
Good to know. Yeah. I'm talking about the overratedness of marriage. In my own view, I don't think marriage is overrated.
Okay.
All right.
Marriage is important, but not compulsory.
Okay.
Yeah. What do I mean by this? Everybody, it's not expected that everybody should get married.
All right.
But marriage is an important institution, in the sense that it's an institution that legalizes a union, okay, between two people.
Yeah.
Okay, and it doesn't. I don't believe. I know what the society has this. There's this feeling. I hear someone say, "Madam, I do respect you, and because you're a married woman, that's why I don't want to talk to you anyhow."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just because it comes from our culture.
Okay.
Okay, our culture that places very high premium on marriage. When a guy is married, when a lady is married, there's this belief that you've done something no one can do. You know, and the society overlooks the responsibility that comes with marriage.
Yeah.
Because if everybody were to sit down and look at the responsibilities that come with marriage, then one will understand that it's actually not compulsory to get married. Yeah, because you must be up for the responsibility.
True.
You must be up for the challenges that come with marriage.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
my desire, my interest to live with someone else is a very serious responsibility.
That's right. That's right.
So, and if I know that I can't cope with myself, not to talk of coping with someone else, then I can as well stay single and manage my idiosyncrasies, my challenges, and just live with it. So that's it, actually. That's my take.
All right.
Okay, thank you for sharing your opinion.
Ikena. Yeah, some strong points there.
Yeah, he says marriage is important, but it's not
compulsory.
And then when you look at the responsibility that comes with marriage, you get to understand why that some people who have chosen not to get married, have chosen not to get married. And he also brought us something very important, right? It has to do with our culture.
Yeah.
It has to do with our culture. And he says it is culture that has placed too much value or premium value on that institution.
That's
marriage.
right. And he also pointed out something that's also important, which had to do with the fact that we pay attention on the marriage. It's a getting married as against the responsibilities that come with. We don't even ask. We don't even look at the nitty-gritties of what it takes for someone, for you to, before you say someone to go get married.
Yeah.
You know, you should be able to understand, let the person also understand what it fully takes. Not just you have a house, you have a job, what's left? Go and get married. That sounds very familiar.
Okay.
So, that was a key point for me, Kena.
Hello. All right. 0700 993 993 993. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
What's up, Lagos? Your name is Moses.
Cheers to life. Welcome, Moses. Talk to us.
Now, for me, number one, marriage is no value check.
Okay. Why do you say so?
There are rules guiding marriage.
Such
The
as?
truth is that in this world today, we feel we are wiser than the God that has created us, number one.
Okay.
Why? If really and truly people are not molesting themselves anyhow, no respect for both parties today, the way the people sleep with themselves, people will have always considered marriage as their main thing to do, because everybody have urge. You understand?
Okay.
And wants a partner.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But because today we misbehave, we do whatever. So many people don't want to marry because they can likewise give girls pregnancy and born in their mother's home and tell you they have children.
Okay.
You understand? So for me, if you want to remain single and you don't want anybody to force you to go out, use your singleness. That's what Apostle Paul said. Use your singleness to serve God, not to be misbehaving and saying you want to remain single. The truth is that many people may not accept it, but sex is for married people. Anyhow, in any culture you call it, forget, it's just Western world that make you feel it's normal. Even the Babalawo will not allow it.
Okay. So you're saying that it is not overrated?
At all. But because we are misbehaving, because you can likewise do what you want to do in marriage before marriage, that's why everybody don't see marriage as important.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, his angle is quite
intense.
It makes sense. He's saying that I think the reason people would say it's overrated because people think that the bedrock of the marriage is the other room. And so if I can get the other room from any other person, why do I have to get married?
Okay.
So be in the other room.
Is it those who are saying this are those who have already...
Yeah, they find it easy. They can do all
licked the honey before the honeymoon.
You know, but I think the real seed, if that's the case, right? But let me even ask it as a question.
Yeah.
Is marriage all about the other room? Because from what he said just now, he's trying to tilt it towards the other room. Saying that, people who would say that it is underrated, I mean, it's overrated rather, is because they've had the opportunity to do it outside marriage. Yeah. Okay? So when you come inside marriage, be like, it was there. We're doing it every day. We're not doing it every day. It's not there. It's not there anymore. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So I'm asking, is that all that it is about marriage?
A lot of questions are out.
What's up, Lagos?
Shares the life. Igwe, how's Ogun State this morning?
Ogun State.
Yeah,
this is a very nice topic.
Okay.
In Africa, as an African, as a black person, marriage is not overshooted.
Okay.
Marriage is very, very compulsory.
Okay.
Because God has seen a man not to be single in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
There he created the woman from that same man. And when the man saw that woman, he said, wow, this is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. The man has seen what he has not seen before. And he's seen himself in that woman. Because of what the other caller said, because of immorality and how man does as he like. Yeah. That is why some people is looking that it's overshooted or somehow. But it's not.
Okay.
All right.
Marriage is good. Marriage makes you to be responsible. Marriage makes you to be committed. And the marriage is something that a reasonable man or woman have to calculate his or her time. For example, when you marry at the age of 30, and maybe you get your first child at the age of 31. By 50, your first child will be 19 years old. There must be calculations so that you also pray with it.
All right.
Marriage is very important.
Thank you. 1 minute should everyone have.
Anyway,
there are three different points I want to...
The last part of what he said, I don't know.
But there are three parts that I want to first of all tackle.
I'm not sure about that because, people get married early, but, this child of a thing will not come until they are much, much later in their marriage.
Did you say child of a thing?
You
didn't mean that.
I didn't mean that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Take it back.
Okay. What I was trying to say...
People get married.
This is what I was trying to say. Okay, let me explain myself, right? So that I don't be taken out of context. So this is what I was trying to say. Now, he was talking about calculating, getting married early so that your children can grow older. So when you're your old age, you won't still be nurturing children that you're supposed to be old enough. Now, what I'm trying to say is sometimes when people get married, even though they get married early, sometimes they don't have the children don't come as early as they must have planned it to.
Yes, now you might get married.
Yeah.
The story of the guy yesterday, for example.
Oh, for Christ's sake. And there are many of them like that. That's what I was trying to say.
You don't determine when you have a child.
Yeah, I didn't mean...
Yeah, that's right. I get it. All right. Well, most of these are coming in. He also talked about the fact that, it's a compulsory thing. Of course, people will argue that.
Yeah.
Another person would say that it makes you responsible. People will argue that.
Yeah.
Because not everyone who's married becomes responsible. Some people become less responsible when they get married.
True.
So we're not... Yes, it has a tendency of making you think. But that's a personal thing. We should stop attributing things that have to do with individuals to marriage. So these are some of the reasons people want to say marriage is a bit overrated.
Okay.
But messages are coming in, calls are ringing, and where do we go from here? Let's take 5 calls and then get back to the messages.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's up, Lagos? What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Gershon. I'm calling from Abuja.
Welcome.
Oh, wow, welcome. Wow. How's Abuja City this morning?
Abuja is sunny. Everything is fine here.
Great.
Okay, I just stumbled on this program and I think it's something you can look at in both ways.
All right.
Being married should be something that is personal. If you want to be married, you should be married. If you don't want to be married, you should not be condemned.
That's right.
But the fact is this: if you don't get married there is a problem of loneliness later in life. There is nothing as bad as growing old alone. At that period, because I have been in marriage for over 30 years.
Oh.
And I know that there are certain things at this point it is difficult for one to do alone. But if you have a partner, one can support the other. And again, if you are not married, you can imagine, I think the worst thing that can happen to even a young person is to be alone on Christmas Eve, only with a novel to read, and nobody to talk to.
All right.
So I think it is important to be married.
But is it overrated in our society?
I think it is. I will not say it's overrated. I think it's rated properly.
Okay,
all right. Thank you so much. Appreciate and enjoy your stay in Abuja.
He said it's rated appropriately.
Appropriately. It's English. It's English. So I also counter one of the points that you made. That look, you are. It's not just countering the points. The reasons people are giving they're not cutting it for me. Like reason of you be alone in your old age. People adopt children. There are people who have more people around them when they are old and they don't have a single. They were not married. There are people like that. So let's not just put everything in the same jacket. All right. Let's think wide. And people adopt children. People impact on people's lives in such a way that those people cannot see them stay alone.
Yeah.
So sometimes whether you be alone or not, it's not because you have children. There are also those who have children and they're alone because they did not impact on their children, and those kids decide to say, look, I've had people say my mother did not do anything for me, my father did not do anything for me, I cannot go back to them. Those people, they are the reason I'm not moving forward. I've heard people say that. So where is the proof that when you get married, you have children, you will not stay alone? So I think we should look. To me, it doesn't cut it, but I get his point about.
All right, but we're still asking the question: is marriage overrated? Is it 0700 993 993?
What's up, nigga?
Chest alive. Welcome.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Colin.
Hi.
And Andrea.
What's up?
Teke.
Thank you for the prestige ball.
Yes, that's it. Just look on the line.
Welcome.
Oh my. Just look by. I hope you not see.
You're not sweating.
Just look by. Yeah. What have you done? You might need to do the shots on Sunday. We're Google streaming. You can see that my hands are where they are.
But you can call us back.
We appreciate.
We really want to hear what you want to say.
Yes, we do.
All right. 0700 993 993 993. We have quite a number of WhatsApp messages, though. Should we take them?
All right. We should run to that while they screen the call.
Okay. Timmy from Ikoto here says, "What's up, Lagos? Good morning, Andrea and Collins. I actually think marriage is overrated. It is giving an undue amount of credit to something." Okay, let me take that again.
Yeah.
He says, "I actually think marriage is overrated. It's giving an undue amount of credit for certain things, and there are too many lies about how it helps people to become happier or fulfilled. Of course, marriages are great when done right, but it's not secret that there are so many failed attempts today."
That's right.
All right, thank you for
Risky is on the line. Risky,
yes, your body risky.
Hello.
What's up, nigga?
Chest alive. Your name is Risky?
Yep, my name is Jimmy Risky.
Wow. Powerful name.
Yeah.
Okay.
The answer to your question is no.
Okay.
Yes, no. Capital no, because we can't overrate what God instituted.
Okay.
God said it is good.
Yeah.
In fact, we have not even rated it as high as God would want it to be rated.
Okay.
So that's my response.
All right, thank you.
So if God rated it high, are you saying that everyone should get married?
No, I don't even think that.
That's the point.
No, I don't even think that. No.
His point is straightforward.
It's
right?
straightforward.
That's the third call. Let's go to the fourth and the fifth.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What's up, Lagos? What's your name?
I called back.
Okay, Jason Lockpayer.
Yes. See, it is overrated.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it is overrated.
Why am I not surprised? I knew that you were going to say that.
There's a reason why it is overrated.
Why?
If Paul said something in the Bible. He said, if you can stay single, you can. But it does not mean because you are not married, you should be sleeping around with people.
Okay.
You get? If you can stay like that, like the way it stayed, it is. And people are staying like that. They are not messing around. You get? Like, okay, like Reverend Fathers, do they get married? If you ask them now, if you tell them why are they not married, are people going to be judging them? They are working for God. So it is overrated. In this part of the country, you can see a man that is not married and a man that is married in a place, and you will see people rating the man that is married higher than the man that is not married.
All right.
Okay.
So you're saying that it's overrated. They give it too much credit. They say you get married, you become responsible. They say if you get married, things will start working for you. They say when you get married, you'll be happier.
Yeah.
Are these things true? Or is marriage overrated?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm trying to look at it this way. It's easier to. I don't even know what to say right now. But hey, let me put my thoughts together. I wanted to respond to Jason Lokwe's point.
Yeah.
You know how that he said if you, it's good for a man to a man and woman to be together that is married. You know, but if you cannot. It's also okay that you stay alone.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm also asking in that regard. You said stay alone. Is it that easy to stay alone? And to be alone? Is it easy?
What is easy, Seth?
Even marriage itself is not easy. We need to go on a break.
Why this person is still for me now? Wahala no dey finish. Only biz, oh. Online market for your store. Online market. Papa, you don't order your goods, so. OmniBiz go deliver your goods to your shop fast. Just go to their website shop.omnibiz.com or download the app. Use code WELCOME500 to get discount on your first order. OmniBiz, online market for your store.
Adetutu left her family in the United States of America to become a regent in Nigeria.
How did you know that I was here?
Love Castle, an emotional story of betrayals and doom.
It has to be a date. No, it does not. Are you telling me you don't know that as a regent you can't have sex with your husband?
Love Castle, a captivating story of culture interwoven with disability.
I put it to you that you've eaten the forbidden fruit on the throne.
Love Castle, starring Kinde Bankole, Lateef Adedimeji, late Rachel Oniga, Chide Kosoko, Desmond Elliott, Femi Adebayo, Zach Oji, and Jumoke George. Written and produced by Beatrice Funke Ogumola, directed by Desmond Elliott, shot in the United States of America and Nigeria. Love Castle movie will be premiered on 4th September 2021, strictly by invitation, and it's COVID-19 compliant. Love Castle in the cinema from September 10th, a must-see movie.
You are listening to your number one station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's What's Up Lagos, baby. Get set.
All right, welcome back. 10:29 on the clock is still What's Up Lagos with the Tekes. And it's that part of the show where we talk family talk. And today's Friday, so it's the fun-filled Friday edition of the Family Talk with the Tekes.
That's absolutely correct. And don't take life too seriously. It's a Friday. Excuse me.
I mean, but today's conversation seems like it's kind of a serious one.
We'll bring the serious conversation and have it like we're just gisting. Like we're eating granules and corn.
Granules and corn.
Yes.
Granules and corn.
Yes.
Collins, how?
You're not thinking groundnut comes
How
from?
now? I thought you want to say maybe granite and bread, or maybe granite.
Granite and bread?
Yeah. Yeah, granite and bread is cool. Maybe granite and maybe what's it now?
And what?
I'm trying to look for something that goes with granite.
Don't eat granite and dried fish. Oh.
How would you do that?
You don't like the taste in your mouth.
But hey, today we're
Yep.
we're having this conversation. Marriage, is marriage overrated?
Yeah. Messages on Facebook are getting me getting my attention, by the way.
Okay. You
And,
want to start with that?
I would love to just go into the Facebook messages.
Okay.
This one says, how can you even rate what you do not have answer to its mystery? Effion something on Facebook is asking another question. So Lagos, you can answer that one.
Okay.
Olufemi says on Facebook, marriage is overrated care with many question marks.
Okay.
He said it's just simple. God is the founder of marriage and he has given us the guidelines to have a successful marriage. You see, I've got the matter another end now. He said we don't have to follow the guidelines. So marriage, if we do not follow the guidelines, he says, the marriage will fail. It's not a fluke. Marriage is not overrated.
Okay.
It's just the way society has taken it. So what's the difference now?
So maybe
Society-
he's saying the society that has made it overrated.
we're not following marriage the way God has put it.
Okay.
All right. So that means statements like, when you get married, your life will be better. You get married, you'll be more responsible.
So
when you get married,
it goes back to you putting in the work for it to come out the way it should be.
just like every other thing in life.
Yeah.
So does that say that marriage is overrated or not? Okay.
Hello.
Go deep. Anyway, it's a marriage is an individual thing. That's Muza Izu Boy sending a message on Facebook. It's an individual thing. Understanding is everything. It depends on your personal belief.
Okay.
Kenny Peter. He calls himself the tallest man, the tallest Baba in Lagos.
Okay.
He said, good morning. Only the good one. He said, the only one good couple on radio. I love you guys. Love you too.
We love you too.
Tallest. Shout out to you. And Eddie Eve, it's Udi Eve is saying that wonderful couple. Good morning, the Tekes. We say thank you so much. He said, Kenny say he has a screenshot of your picture that he loves the picture a lot. I love you guys. Your togetherness is a great message to Nigerians and the world at large, he says. Thank you so much. And Onyekachi is sending a message. He said, my sister, I love your outfits.
Thank you.
All right, these are the messages we have taken so far.
All right, on WhatsApp, Comrade Suki from Lekki says, Dear Collins, he's addressing this one to you.
Okay.
He said, marriage is overrated.
Okay.
If I know what I know now, I will not be married. I will just have children from 2 baby mamas. Marriage is too overrated. Though marriage is good, but not everyone would marry. I'm not too happy in my marriage now because I'm always broke in marriage, unlike when I am single. Oh my God, I'm sorry I laughed. Oh Jesus. All right. I don't know why I did that, but
No, take the message again.
okay.
And try not to laugh this time.
Okay. Put yourself together. Yeah. Okay, he says, Dear Collins, marriage is overrated.
Okay.
If I know, but I know now, I will not be married.
Wow.
I will just have children for 2 baby mamas. Marriage is too overrated. Though marriage is good, but not everyone would marry. I'm not too happy in my marriage now because I'm also always broke in marriage, unlike when I was single. I think that's what made me.
Oh boy. You see that boat, that's you talk now. It takes a man's very, very own personal conviction about their life and about that decision that you made to get married for you to overcome it.
True.
Because the truth is, when you're single, your responsibilities are less, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, they're
You might
very,
say,
very
no,
minimal.
I've heard someone say, what do you mean? You think because
True.
I'm not married, I don't have responsibilities? No, they are not your responsibility. They are acquired responsibilities.
Absolutely.
You went to carry it.
Yeah.
Bugatti by yourself. But in marriage, it is what you must do.
That's right.
When you're single and you have other things, I'm taking care of my sibling, I'm taking care of it. I'm not saying you shouldn't. It's good. But you have to realize that it was acquired. You took it upon yourself.
True.
By yourself. But when you're married, there's responsibilities that automatically come with the marriage. So yes, it's a statement of fact that when you get married, you have more responsibility.
Yeah.
So you've got to increase your income.
True that.
And the worst case scenario is if your partner is also not earning. My brother, it's a tough place to find yourself.
True.
It's not, as a man, it's not easy, or as a woman.
Yeah.
So that is why you have to work towards your finances. You see, there's a lot. That's why you need a counselor. When you get married, you need a counselor in your life.
Absolutely.
In a moment, I think we'll get to connect with Dr.
Tolu the fixer,
to just tell us a bit, for those who are in that shoes like the last caller, a bit what the importance of a counselor in marriage.
That's right. On WhatsApp, let's see. TA says marriage is not overrated. People just expect too much and eventually face realities without properly opening up and preparing for the next step. I think this is the part that you are always hammering on. So the fact that people see the glitz and the glamour about marriage. Oh, these two people are together. You see how people look at us and say, God, when? No. You're waiting for how that every time you hold your husband's hand, or your husband will hold your hand, or you hold your wife's hand, and things will look all beautiful. You'll be happy together. I mean, that's what everybody prays for. But there are a lot of things.
The work and car.
There are lots of things you need to consider. And I think that the truth is many people don't get to share because they think that marriage is so sacred. Many people don't get to share the nitty-gritties of how tough marriage is to the single people. They don't get to share that. And everybody wants to show you how beautiful marriage is, but not necessarily showing you or telling you how that, man, there's a lot of work that goes in the background or behind the scene to make sure that things are glitz and glamour. I mean, so to make sure that things are beautiful on the outside.
Man, thank God for me that I married the counselor. By herself, situation happen. Even if we don't discuss about the matter, she go analyze them. She'll look at left and right. She go come up with the solution. And then when we have a conversation, she just pointed out that I think this is where the thing went wrong.
Yeah.
It works for me easily, but not everybody has that opportunity.
True.
That is why you need a counselor. Anyway, maybe when you talk to Dr. Tolu, she will join us most shortly. You understand why it is important. But most importantly, marriage, like you said, preparing for it, I don't know. Always consider what could possibly be the reaction. To prepare for marriage means that you prepare for, what the reaction of your partner. Yes, the uncertainties.
Yeah.
And how do you prepare for things you do not know about? So you never really prepare for it. But at least you can prepare your mind that there will be some bad times.
You see,
people should stop telling people, oh, when you get married, everything will just work out. And the person will now get into the marriage and just keep quiet.
Let me wait. That's not where I'm going to.
Okay.
I thought that's okay. This is what I'm making out of what the whole thing is.
Okay.
So you have always heard that marriage is sweet, and when you get married, like, these things just start working out for you. As a man, things start working out for you because you're married, and then if you're a woman, things start working together for you as you're married, and then you now get married. First year in the marriage, you're broke. Second year in the marriage, you are broke. Third year in the marriage, you are broke. Nothing seems to be happening. Everything is just going down. The first thing that goes to the person's head is like, did I marry the wrong person?
You now start hating your partner.
You start hating the partner. They are my bad luck. You are my bad luck.
Because
they have told me that when I make
because someone told you that everything will work.
Anyway.
They didn't tell you that the first 3 or 4 years or 5 years, you have to work out your salvation.
Walking out. We're talking too much. Let's open the phone lines. We're talking too much.
I'm telling you.
0700 993 993 993. Also, there are WhatsApp messages here. TA saying we love you. We love you too, TA.
Okay.
All right. This is coming from who? Ndu from Odu-obi says, what's up, Lagos? Collins and Andrea, good morning. You two are great and must remain great in Jesus' name.
Amen.
He says the issue of marriage is not overrated. Rather, it is men and Western culture and people who has no regard to God and the institution of marriage. I think it is overrated. Okay. Another is saying here, what's your name now? Good morning. Marriage is very important and not overrated because it helps one to be responsible and work harder to cater for the family. Most times when you're not married, you see yourself in the places where you're not ought to be, messing up with birds of same feathers. It is also to curtail excesses and raise tomorrow leaders. I love your program. You guys are doing a great job. You didn't put on your name.
All right. That's okay. Someone is asking my middle name. Do you want to send me a check?
Okay,
On
another here
Facebook.
is saying, for me, it is not overrated. We know that there is a special favor attached to marriage that you can't get being single. He that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God.
Okay.
Okay, now,
Princess AKZ from this is all from Yanagua. That's the Bayelsa State.
Okay.
And I felt we should take that message quickly before you went on.
Okay.
Would you like to take Princess's message?
Okay,
Should I?
Princess Ezekiel Okoli says she's sending a message from Yenagua. I would say marriage is not overrated. The problem is the intent of you going into marriage. Of course, it is not mandatory. Aside from procreation, we also have a companionship and complementing each other's effort. What is overrated is the intent. I think what she's trying to say is the intention. People attached to, getting married. The reason as to why they want to get married.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It does make sense. And then, like I said, it matters. If you want to get married because they told you that you are going to make it when you get married, or you get married because they told you that you'll be happier when you get married, that means you're looking out for that happiness.
And happiness does not come from someone else.
You
it comes
create-
from you. From you yourself.
Let
Me see. This is a track from a papa says, "What's up, Lagos? I agree with the last caller for me. Marriage, underrated or overrated, is like two political parties that people belong to. It's personal or set an example. Not everybody would like to work. Some work. Some people are meant not to have children. Okay, he says in bracket, not worthy parents, while some are searching for a child, and everybody's not meant to marry and shouldn't be judged. Abstinence from the beginning helps. What you have never tasted might never. Okay, Oyinbo live with pets and die happy. Okay,
That's right. I mean, there are people, they're human beings who live their greatest life with the pets. And you'll be like, oh, it's not our culture. But, stuff like that. Well, we're getting set to take a few more calls. Let's see. Hello. Good morning.
hello, good morning.
How are you doing?
We're doing great. What's your name?
I want to remember.
Anonymous. All right. Great.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay. Concerning your question, I want to say marriage is overrated.
Okay.
Because I am like watching it from a perspective, which is it is personal to me anyway.
Okay.
But I think marriage is overrated, and the reason why I want to remain anonymous is I have a lot of people, friends, listening to this very show. So, and I know if I mention my name, a lot of people will know me. So I decided to change my voice somehow,
All right.
so that they may not be able to dictate who is speaking.
All
And
right.
I'm talking about marriage. In a very bad marriage, and I just don't want to say that if I knew this is how it was, I could have not married, but I could have said that I expected it to be good. I expected changes anyway. That is how I entered into, but I got stuck into marriage, and I pray every day for the marriage to come to an end.
Wow.
Though I do what is called intertribal marriage.
Okay.
So I do intertribal marriage. So, but trust me, it is not working for me. It is not working.
All right.
But I believe marriage is
overrated.
It's overrated.
We understand that. Just keep listening. Would have a counselor speak to us about the importance of a counselor in marriage, and would hopefully you get to pick something. Now, the last caller explains why we bring some of these topics to the fore to discuss, because there are people who are having that mindset that look, it could be overrated overrated because of their experience. And you can't blame them. You can't say, no, because you have a bad experience. No, I mean, everybody's life is personal.
True.
If anybody says, look, it's overrated because of their experience, they have the right. But then the only way you can help such a person is not by telling them, no, you are saying what is wrong. It's by trying to identify how they can address whatever it is that's making them have the experience they're having.
Yeah, and also that mindset.
But it looks like we don't pay attention to what people's experiences are as regarding marriage, personal experience. We pay attention to the fact that, it's an institution.
Home of entertaining
It's an institution. It's something that have been ordained. Somebody should, Anyways, We've gotten to the point where we just wrap this up. That last caller touched me small.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, right? I would say eventually marry the right person. And how would you know the right person? This person has to be mentally put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But me, I mean, Chris, when
you're still, I mean, okay, what I mean by that, okay, instead of saying mentally put, instead of, you're actually a mess.
Yes, now, I get coins now.
Okay, maybe I should say, that person has to be one who has a good heart and
you didn't marry right,
and somebody who is teachable.
You answered that question. Let's talk to Dr. Tolu now, who joins us live. And of course, Dr. Tolu needs no introduction. She is many things in one. I'll let Andrea do the honors of get to bring Dr. Tolu on as we proceed.
All right, you have actually done a bit of it. We have Dr. Tolu in the house, probably known as the Fixer. Welcome, Dr. Tolu.
AKA the Fixer. And she's also...
Thank you. Thank you, the amazing second.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Happy.
Okay.
And I'm thriving.
Okay. I like that. I like that you put emotions. I mean, you put a word to your emotion. I mean, your state of mind, and that's very important, so that we can identify the emotions going through our minds at the time that we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, these few minutes, we just want to talk to you about specifically the importance of the need for professional counseling in society, and also in churches. But let's start with marriages specifically. I mean, we just talked about whether marriage is overrated or not. Lagosians have spoken, Nigerians have spoken from all around, and of course, different strokes for different folks. We're able to bring out a lot of things, several reasons why people, would say that marriage is overrated or not. Some would speak from their personal experience, the experience they have in the marriage. Some would speak from what society has made them to understand. Some even spoke based on what their religion says about marriage. And some say that, well, it's something instituted by God. So what God instituted can never be overrated. It has to be, different opinions we've gotten from the past couple of days that we've talked about this. But let's get straight to that basic matter of counseling. How important is counseling in a marriage, or seeking the need for a professional counselor in a marriage to start with?
Right, thank you so much. So I was actually listening to the show, and I heard someone say, prayed and prayed,
that the marriage should end.
And so I was actually expecting him to say he has also done something else apart from praying. I think sometimes God himself would be laughing at us if it's possible, because he will feel like, I'm giving you all the means, all the capacity to take care of things. You are still calling me. And I think it's just an African thing, a Nigerian pastor. God is our lawyer. God is our in fact, it's our sex therapist. God is our name it. Everything we call God. God will give us water. We pray for water. So the same thing when it comes to marriage. There are professional counselors that God has given the capacity to be able to do this. So if you are calling God to come down or to come and, leave important things and be doing all of that, I think God might look at you and feel like ignorance. Maybe my child is ignorant. So professional marriage counseling it should be like the air we breathe. Because it's more like you are driving a car and you are not servicing it. In fact, even if the car is good, you still take it for servicing. So it doesn't even mean that marriage should go bad or get totally bad before you even go for counseling. Marriages that are doing well need counseling.
True.
Not to now talk of marriages that we have currently in Nigeria. Let's stick to Nigeria. And I tell you, in a lot of cases, when couples come for counseling in my office, we are doing like 10-15 sessions. And And I tell you, I have a lot of clients who are not Nigerians, who are expatriates. We don't, in almost all cases, we don't have the same scenario.
Sure.
Because if those ones are coming for, we are having problem with constant conflict, or we are arguing too much, or whatever. When you are dealing with that, you are going straight to that. But when a Nigerian couple is coming to you, the first thing they will even say as soon as you are sitting on your couch is, where do we start from? Because it will have gotten so bad.
Yeah.
You know, they will have gone everywhere, frustrated, tired, and then before they start thinking of counseling. Marriage is not supposed to make your life miserable. But it needs servicing.
Yeah.
It needs to be taken care of. We always expect our marriage to take care of itself. It would not work.
Okay.
We need to make deliberate, conscious efforts to take care of our marriages. And that is where professional counseling comes in.
Yeah, I mean, you said a lot. I mean, even people who, some of the calls we got and their opinion when it comes to marriage itself, they say it's a sacred thing, is what God has put together. And that means in itself that people go to church and pray. And I also know that in some churches, there are the counseling department. Or in some religious homes, they are the counseling department. Do you think that this? How do I put this question? Do you think that they have
whether they recruit the right professionals?
That's exactly
to handle
Thank
counseling
you.
in church.
I know you are being careful.
I know I. You know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm sure, even they are listening to you now, which I know they are. I mean, a lot of people are listening to the Teke.
That's right.
I'm sure they will know. They could answer that question themselves if they are doing it the right way. Are we getting the right result? How are marriages doing in churches? How are marriages doing in churches currently? Aren't people living in denial? Aren't people dying in silence? Are people not pretending? Are people not trying to
impress,
make it look like everything is okay. Why they are dying? Even the people that are heading the marriage committee, what are they saying? If they are going to be genuine to themselves, aren't they thinking now that there should be, I mean, it can never be business as usual anymore. So, to answer that question, I think they know the right answer. And like I normally say, it is just better to leave people the way they are than helping them the wrong way. Because if we don't get it right, things are going to get worse, more terrible. And that is why you are seeing a lot of crisis in church marriages. And that is why when we talk about professional counseling, it's not a competition, with it's not a competition with what we call like faith-based or pastoral counseling, or Christian counseling or faith-based, whatever you want to call it. But professional counseling is not contending with that. It's supposed to be a partnership. All they need to do is to get more trained to apply, most of these therapeutic interventions that we use, professional counseling skills, use counseling theories, and merge it with the biblical principles, and they are good.
All right. So we established the fact that indeed, even our society, our marriages, our churches need professional counselors. And this gives me a hint. Is this not the reason why? Is this why you're having a breakfast meeting? Let me guess. A breakfast meeting for church leaders and counselors and workers?
Yes.
Oh, tell us about that quickly before we run away.
So we will be having that by 9 a.m., 10 a.m. thereabouts tomorrow at Guiding Light Assembly in Ikoyi.
Okay.
So what we are doing is bringing together, the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria is bringing together church leaders, pastors, and counselors and heads of, organizations and people that are acting as counselors or people that speak to people in churches. Because churches are like the first responder. When people think about anything, they are having a problem, the first thing that comes to their mind is, let me go to my church. So we are saying that, you can actually equip yourself. People are changing. The mind of people are shifting. You cannot be using the skills that you are using 20, 30 years ago. We know the Bible is standard, but we are saying, join it. Come and join your biblical principle with professional counseling skills. Food is free. It's going to be, we had, So it's going to be okay. Let me just say
it's free. Did you say it's free?
It's free.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
There's going to be free food, both continental. But I mean, Guiding Light Assembly is supplying all of that.
Okay.
You know, because Pastor Wale Adefarasin is someone that is very passionate about mental health.
All right.
And he knows what is happening in churches. So he's the one taking charge and saying, you know, can we come together and rub minds together on how we can improve the counseling unit of churches.
That's really beautiful. And that's tomorrow, right? At the venue
tomorrow at Guiding Light Assembly by 10 a.m.
All right. Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Tolu.
Yeah, thank you for having me, the Teke.
Thank you for being a part of the show anytime.
And take care of yourself and stay happy.
Yeah, we would. We would.
Wow. So, Okpari?
Yeah, I mean, she has said it all. And I'm really glad that she had to, you know, touch on that lie. Because most times we all go to church for counseling. I mean, the Christians.
Yeah.
There's the marriage counseling department. Even before you get married, they'll tell you go for 3 months or 6 months. But, you know, sometimes you want to ask the question, are they professional counselors or they're counseling based on, you know, what they know marriage to be or based on their experience? And, you know, being a professional counselor, it comes with skills.
Yeah.
There are skills that you get to learn. You train, you know, to acquire those skills. Right. It's not just coming to talk to people and telling them your experience. Your experience cannot be other people's experience. Counseling is not even advice. It's not giving advice. And that's where people get it wrong. Counselor is just like someone who would navigate your challenges in a light that you can see and help you to make sense of it. And you as an individual, you're the one to now make the decision for yourself.
That's right.
You know.
I mean, when we have our sessions, you know, you and I, you get to take me through things in my personal life, and I'm like, wow. You know, in Africa, we think that age means experience, means you can advise. Once you are old, you're an elderly, you can advise. But it's wrong. We need to understand that it's not right. Oh, because you've been married for a long period of time does not mean that you have the counseling skills to counsel somebody on marriage. No.
Yeah.
And that's very key.
That's right. That's right. I mean, I don't know if we really answered the question if marriage is overrated or not. But I think in some cases, I want to be on that boat that says it is overrated. Maybe because of how we present it. Maybe because of how we have understood what marriage is. I think so. But in the real sense of what marriage is, it's a beautiful thing, and I don't think it should be even rated over or under. Yeah.
I mean, you said it all, babe. You said it all. Lagos, Nigeria, I hope you're able to learn something today on the show, and I hope you were able to make better decisions by listening to other opinions. And we wish you the best. Don't forget, if you have time, join Dr. Tolu for the event. You can follow on social media to get more information.
Yes, you're right.
The Tekes, we might just be coming up with something very soon, but let's not just talk about it yet. You know this make we gather somewhere.
Can't wait.
Let's have let's gather and break some bread together. Who's looking forward to that? This is 8 months of doing great radio like none other, ladies and gentlemen. It deserves some accolades, right?
Yes, right.
And more so, you know that Nigerian for please will be 10 very soon. Hey, now wow, these are just some clues. But hey, guys, stay tuned. Next week Monday we'll be here again for another Swell Time on Radio.
That's right. Have yourself a fantastic, swell, happy, exciting, fulfilling weekend. I am Andrea. Odu-obi. Teke.
And I'm Collins. Teke. God bless you.
God bless our homes.
God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.